There were terrible calls. Do we want to go ahead and jump in?
After further review.
After further review.
After further review.
Clemson had a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter against Miami and could not do anything with it. Lets Miami back into the game. Miami forces overtime. In the first overtime session, both teams kick field goals, okay? Now we are into the second overtime session. Miami is first. They score and they get the 2-point conversion. Clemson gets it down to 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. The play, Cade Klubnik puts the ball into the belly of Will Shipley behind the offensive line, yanks it out, and takes off for the edge. At which point, Miami linebacker Corey Flagg drove his ass back 8 yards for a failed 4th and goal conversion that ends the game. And afterwards, Dabo Swinney told us that Cade didn't do what he was supposed to do.
So some coaches have employed sports psychiatrists. Have you ever done that?
Oh, we got him. He's probably on suicide watch right now.
No louder.
Yeah. We got him. So again, just sometimes things don't go. I mean, I'm sure things have not gone the way y'all always want. Maybe in your professional career from time to time, maybe you had a plan, you worked hard, and you did everything, and it didn't go the way you want. Well, I mean, you know what? You just gotta keep moving. You got to keep going. And so you got to, in a team environment, you have a decision to make. You stay together or you divide.
So Dabo came out and said they had called the play for a handoff to Will Shipley, and Cade just took off. Said he didn't do what the play was. And Cade Klubnik even said, I thought I saw something. I was trying to make a play. That was 100% on me. Ooh, buddy. The Clemson Tigers are 4-3 right now. They've got games left against Notre Dame, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Clemson started the year as the preseason pick to win the ACC, as a pick to maybe contend for the college football playoff. They weren't top 5. They weren't top 6 going into the year, but they were top 10. Now at 4-3, we're not talking about competing for an ACC championship. We're talking about whether this team is going to be bowl eligible. The answer is probably yes. But yikes. Thoughts on the state of the Tigers?
I mean, I think I understood what he saw.
You think you understood
a whole lot of
Cade
green
saw?
is what he saw.
Yeah, like the backer for Miami on a little scrape exchange they did made a great play. Like he really played that well.
So that's the backer you're talking about. That's who, if it was a true zone read, that's who he's reading, and he made
that guy crashes, right?
Right. The problem is that
the other guy. Yes, him
is the one who made the play, and Kane scraped around it and was sitting right in his lap that we're playing. Now, there's one more thing I want to show you guys because I was looking at this. So just let it play. Oh, shoot. This isn't exactly the technology that's great for this. But so watch Shipley, though. See him next to him?
Mm-hmm.
If Shipley gets that ball,
he scores.
He easily bounces to the outside and walks in the end zone. And because I wasn't 100% sure what Dabo said, because I went back and watched. I'm like, well, he kind of did. Like, if he's just reading the first end man on the line of scrimmage, he made the right call. And I think that's what he saw. But the reason you don't give him that option is because in that goal line situation, that is a horrible play call. Like, you don't want that because the scraping linebacker can make that play with ease. I mean, he was all over him from the get-go. What I am blown away by is that Klubnik, so he admitted, said, yeah, I just did that on my own.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is something, I get today's players a lot different, and they're more willing to, do their own thing. But that, to me, is unfathomable outside of a Peyton Manning after playing 10 years or Aaron Rodgers playing 10 years that you just don't do. Like, I am shocked that if it wins, you're like, man,
hero.
Yeah, man, look at the balls on that kid. He went on his own. But if you don't and you went on your own, because that's very much, a lot of those plays look the same. And I was hoping he would have said communication, like, hey, I thought he said we're going to run it like we normally do, which is read it out. But if they said, there's plays called carry, CAR, call and run it. C-A-R-I, carry plays. Like that to me, and Dabo's telling you that was a carry. We are going to call it and run it no matter what.
I mean, all right, so Swinney said, quote, "No, it was a handoff, 100%, and we didn't hand it off. He just pulled it. I've got no answer. I mean, just trying to do too much."
And he's being honest because of what happened in the Florida State game, because there was the, controversy over the RPO that they ran in the 4th and short. So Dab was like, nope, we didn't do it this time. This time we called the handoff. So, yeah.
I mean, if you make $10 million, do you throw your kid under the bus like that?
No.
Or do you just you just say, hey, Miami made a great play, and then you rip him in private, I would think. Because now with how DJ's doing, makes it look like he made the wrong choice. And you got Eric McLean ripping them as well after the game at
Ripping Klubnik?
Clemson.
Oh, ripping everybody.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about the issues with quarterback play. I think there's something else too, because there's no, we've seen a lot of teams like just make the moves at coordinator. It's hard for coordinators to get on the same page with quarterbacks. Like we were talking about the language difference, the language barriers, and how, the transfer portal has really diminished some of the quarterback play along with the offensive line play that Tom made that point, which was really good. But we're also seeing a lot of the coordinator movement that we saw take place have not been the home runs that I thought they were going to be. This was one of them. The Phil Longo, Wisconsin, it's early, but even before at Miami, Josh Gaddis, you thought, oh, he's a Broyles Award winner. Like that should work. It's one and done after 1 year. Robert and I going to NC State didn't work, hasn't worked great. Like it takes time for these systems to be implemented and find that continuity. And I think Clemson's got some problems. I also think they miss Brent Venables a ton.
Yeah, totally. They'll just look so much better if they just get average turnover luck inside the 10-yard line, though. We can say Clemson has problems.
They fumble more than anyone else in the country.
Their whoopsie-daisy rate is very high.
I know, but that rate is not sustainable. There's nothing that suggests that Clemson is going to fumble this much going forward. They clearly have some problems.
Season. It goes back to last season. This is you can point it at coaching, I think.
They need to be carrying the ball to class like in the program. That's what they need to be doing.
You fumble, you sit your ass down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're averaging 3.3 or 3.4 points in first in goal to go situations. That's not sustainable for a team of that talent level. I'm sorry. That will get better throughout the stretch. It probably will. And it'll probably mask potentially some problems that they have inside. Both things can be true. Right? The luck will even out a little bit there and
hold the dang ball.
Yeah.
Their record against Power 5 competition going back to the middle of last season is not good.
7-6 in the last 13.
It's tough scene.